Hello students, welcome to today's class. Today we discuss the topic radioactivity. You know, all the substances are made up of molecules and molecules are made up of atoms. And atoms consist of three subatomic particles. They are protons, neutrons and electrons. The center of an atom is called its nucleus, and protons and neutrons are present in the nucleus, and these particles which are present in the nucleus of an atom, they are known as nucleons. So protons and neutrons are the nucleons, and electrons are moving around the nucleus on various orbits. The number of electrons which can be accommodated on various orbits are calculated by the formula 2n square. So in the case of the first orbit, the orbit which is nearer to the nucleus, that is called k orbit. In the case of k orbit, we have to take n as 1. Then it will come 2 into 1 square equal to 2. The maximum number of electrons which can be accommodated on k orbit is 2. And when we come to the next orbit, then n we have to take it as 2. Then the maximum number of electrons which can be accommodated on second orbit, that is L shell, that is 2 into 2 square. So that is 8. When we come to the next orbit, that is the third orbit, in the place of n we have to substitute 3, then it will come 2 into 3 square, that is equal to 18. This way we find the number of electrons which can be accommodated on various orbits. But the outermost orbit cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons. So by using this one, we write the electronic configuration. And the number of in the nucleus, protons and neutrons are present in the nucleus. Protons and neutrons are present in the nucleus, and protons have positive charge. So nucleus has positive charge. Because protons have positive charge and neutrons are neutral, that is why nucleus of an atom has a positive charge, and electrons are moving around the nucleus on various orbits. The number of protons and number of electrons are equal, and they have equal and opposite charge. The magnitude of charge of an electron is same as the magnitude of charge of a proton, but they are of opposite kind. So since the number of electrons and protons are equal, an atom is electrically neutral. The number of electrons or number of protons present in an atom is called its atomic number. The atomic number is the number of protons or number of electrons present in an atom, that is called its atomic number. And mass number is the sum of protons and neutrons present in the atom is called its mass number. So mass number is the sum of proton and neutron. And when we represent an element, first of all we write the symbol. For example, carbon, its symbol is C we write. Then at the bottom we write the atomic number. Suppose at 6, this is the atomic number, and mass number is equal to 14. So carbon with the atomic number 6, mass number 14. We write the atomic number at the bottom. This is also called a subscript, and what is written here, that is mass number. This is a superscript. The subscript is the atomic number and superscript is the mass number. And when we, so protons number here it is a So atomic number is same as protons number or electrons number. Protons number is equal to 6. Electrons number is also equal to 6. Atomic number is same as number of protons and number of electrons. The neutrons number plus neutrons number is mass number. From mass number, when we subtract atomic number, we get the number of neutrons. Here neutrons number is 8. Then electronic configuration, we write electronic configuration. 6 is the number of electrons. So when we write the electronic configuration, first we write the number of electrons in the first orbit, and the remaining is 6 minus 2, 4. So this all you studied in previous classes. Then you know how to draw the atom model. So first you have to write the nucleus. In nucleus, then inside the nucleus you have to write the number of protons and neutrons. 6 protons and 8 neutrons. Then electronic configuration, first orbit 2 electrons. Then next orbit there are 4 electrons. So this way we draw the structure of the atom. So this one you studied in previous classes. Now the next topic is isotopes. The isotopes are the atoms of the same element having same atomic number but different mass number. For example, chlorine, its atomic number is 17. So here you can see these are 2 chlorine atoms. The atomic number is same in both the atoms, but the mass number is different. So isotopes are the atoms of the same element having same atomic number but different mass number. Or we can say atoms of the same element having same number of electrons and same number of protons but different number of neutrons. That is called isotope. Then the next is isobars. They are atoms of a different element having same mass number but different atomic number. For example, sodium and magnesium. So you can see that they have same mass number. They are atoms of different element. They are atoms of different element having same mass number but different atomic number. They are known as isobars. The isobars are the atoms of different element having same mass number but different atomic number. The next one is isotones. So isotones are atoms of different element having different atomic number, different mass number, but same number of neutrons. Neutrons number is same. Here neutrons number is, these are isotones. They are different atoms, different atomic number, different mass number, but same number of neutrons. Neutrons number when you calculate, you can see they are same. 23 minus 11 equal to 12, 24 minus 12 equal to 12. So isotones are the atoms of different element having different atomic number, different mass number, but same number of neutrons. They are known as isotones. Now we come to radioactivity. Henry Becquerel was a scientist. Once he took some uranium salt. And put a uranium salt on a photographic film, and then this photographic film was covered with a black paper, and he kept this uranium salt which was put in a photographic film, and the photographic film was covered with a black paper, and he kept this uranium salt which was covered with photographic film and black paper in a dark room. He kept these things in a dark room. So you know, in dark room, no light enters. So when light falls on a photographic film, some chemical change can occur and some changes can come on the photographic film. So here it was a dark room, so obviously there won't be any changes take place on the photographic film. Then he kept these things in a dark room. After a few days, he came to the room and observed the photographic film, and he could see some changes. He could see some changes on the photographic film. He could see some changes on the photographic film. From that he concluded that some sort of radiations. He concluded that some sort of radiation emitted from the uranium salt, and these radiations are able to affect the photographic film. Till that time, nobody was knowing about such type of radiations. So he gave his own name to this radiation. He called these radiations as Becquerel rays. Later on, some other scientists studied these properties, and they found some more substances which are showing this type of properties. So this property is known as radioactivity. It is known as radioactivity. So radioactivity is a nuclear phenomenon. It is a nuclear phenomenon, and it is the spontaneous. Radioactivity is the spontaneous emission of radiations from the nucleus of some substances. So it is a nuclear phenomenon. Radioactivity is a nuclear phenomenon, and it is this spontaneous, very fast, spontaneous emission of radiations from the nucleus of certain substances. And the substances which are showing these properties, they are known as radioactive substances. So these are examples of radioactive elements. Uranium with atomic number 92 and mass number 238. Radium with atomic number 88, mass number 226. These are all examples of radioactive elements. So when a substance becomes radioactive, so when the number of neutrons, so what is the number of neutrons in uranium? So in this one, the number of neutrons, it is the difference of mass number and atomic number. So number of neutrons in uranium of this isotope, that is 238 minus 92. 238 minus 92, that is 146. There are 146 neutron and 92 proton. Or when you see this radium, in this one, how many neutrons are there? That is 226 minus 88. So which is equal to 138. 138. So here you can see that the number of here 138 neutrons and 88 protons. You can see the number of neutrons is more than number of protons. Number of neutrons is much more than number of protons, or number of proton is much less than number of neutron, or neutron upon proton ratio is more than 1. Neutron upon proton ratio is more than 1. Then only the substance can become radioactive. So an element become radioactive when the nucleus become unstable. When the number of neutrons are much more than the number of protons, or the neutrons upon proton ratio, that is becomes much more than 1. So that case only an atom, or the other condition is atomic number is more than 82. So these are the conditions in which a substance become radioactive, or when the nucleus become unstable. Take the case of these carbon isotopes 6C12 and 6C14. So this is not radioactive. This carbon isotope is not radioactive because neutron number is not more than the number of protons, or neutron upon proton ratio is not much more than 1. But this one is radioactive. This is radioactive because neutrons number is more than the number of proton, or neutron upon proton ratio, that is greater than 1. So this is radioactive, but this one is not radioactive. So radioactivity is a nuclear phenomenon, and it is the spontaneous emission of radiation from the nucleus of the radioactive substance, and radioactivity takes place only when the nucleus become unstable, and the nucleus become unstable when the number of protons are much more than the number of protons, or neutron upon proton ratio is more than 1. So physical and chemical change cannot alter radioactivity. Physical and chemical change cannot alter radioactivity. And during radioactivity, 3 types of radiations are emitted. They are alpha, beta and gamma radiation. Alpha, beta and gamma radiations are the 3 types of radiations emitted during radioactivity. Now we will see the properties of these alpha, beta and gamma radiations. During radioactivity, 3 types of radiations are emitted. They are alpha, beta and gamma radiations. So it is a thick lead box. It is a thick lead box having a narrow opening. A thick lead box having a narrow opening. And here a radioactive substance is kept. A radioactive substance is kept. And a magnetic field is applied. A magnetic field is applied. And 3 kinds of radiations are emitted. Then how do we, when a magnetic field is applied in the path of these radiations, how do we identify these 3 types of radiations? So here magnetic field is applied. So one of the radiations bend towards this side and bends more, and one of this radiation bends less and moves towards this side, and one of these radiations goes straight without bending. The one which bends first and more, that is beta radiation, because beta radiation have less mass and which goes little more up and bend less, that is alpha radiation, because alpha radiations have more mass than beta radiations. And the one which goes straight without any bending, that is gamma radiations, because gamma radiations are uncharged. It is a uncharged. So this way we identify these three types of radiation in a magnetic field. Now we come to an electric field. How do we identify these three radiations in an electric field? So again, this is a lead box and with a narrow opening, and radioactive substance is kept at the bottom, and an electric field is applied in the path of these radiations. The one which bends towards the positive plate, that is beta radiation, and the one which bends towards the negative plate, that is alpha radiation, and the one which goes straight without bending, that is gamma radiations. So beta radiation bend towards the positive because beta radiations have negative charge, and alpha radiations bend towards the negative plate because alpha radiations have positive charge, and gamma radiations go without any bending, go straight because they have no charge. This way we identify these three radiations in a electric field. Now we will see the properties of these three radiations. Now we see the properties of alpha, beta and gamma radiation. So alpha particles are stream of positively charged particles. It is similar to helium nucleus. Beta particles are stream of negatively charged particles. They are energetic electrons. And gamma radiations are high energetic electromagnetic radiations. The speed of alpha particle is nearly 10 to the power 7 meter per second. The speed of beta particle is about 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. 2.7 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. And the speed of gamma radiation is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Then rest mass of alpha particle is 4 times the mass of proton, which is 6.68 into 10 to the power minus 27 kilogram. The rest mass of beta particle is the mass of an electron, that is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kilogram. And gamma radiations have no mass. The charge of alpha particle is positive, that is the charge of 2 proton, which is equal to positive 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. The charge of beta particle is negative, which is equal to the charge of 1 electron, that is minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. And gamma radiations have no charge. The specific charge ratio of charge to mass of alpha is 4.79 into 10 to the power 7 coulomb per kilogram, and of beta it is 1.76 into 10 to the power 11 coulomb per kilogram, and gamma radiations have no specific charge. Then the wavelength of gamma is 10 to the power minus 4 nanometer to 10 to the power minus 13 meter. The effect of electric and magnetic field: in case of alpha particle it is less deflected, but the opposite to that of beta particle. Beta particles are more deflected than alpha particles, and gamma radiations are unaffected in electric field and magnetic field because they have no charge. The ionizing power of alpha particle is maximum. It is 10,000 times of gamma. Then beta particles have less ionizing power than alpha and more ionizing power than gamma. Its ionizing power of beta is 100 times of gamma, and gamma radiations have minimum ionizing power. The penetrating power of alpha particle is less, 3 to 8 centimeter in air, and the penetrating power of beta particle is more than alpha, about 100 times of alpha. And gamma radiations have a maximum penetrating power. It is 10,000 times of alpha. Then stopping substance. Alpha particles can be stopped by thin paper, human skin, etc. Then beta particle can be stopped about 1 millimeter thick lead or about 5 millimeter thick aluminium. And in the case of gamma radiation, it's about 30 centimeter thick lead sheet. Then biological damage of alpha particle is less, beta particle is more, and gamma radiations have maximum biological damage. So today we have discussed the radioactivity and the different types of radiations produced during radioactivity and their properties. Next class we will continue this topic.